Hello, my friends on YouTube. How are you guys doing on this Friday afternoon? I hope everyone's doing well. Anyways, I know I'm coming out with a video on Friday. That's something new for me. Well, I got to go do a small, and I repeat small, shopping today, which is quite okay because I got what I needed. And you're wondering, okay, well, what did you need, Tammy? Well, a little while back, I put up a poll on my community tab to root for the next pattern I was going to make out of my head to toe winter knits book. And I've got to give credit to Erin over at Crafting Kitty because I got the idea from her. And what she does is Fridays with Fred, and she has the official knitting book of patterns from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And she puts a poll out each time when the project is done, and you get to vote on it. Well, originally when I started this book, I thought, well, I'm going to make all the patterns as well because, I like all but really two, but I'm going to make it anyways. And originally I was going to go from front cover to back cover. Well, I did the first 4 patterns, and then I thought, what, kind of like the way Erin does hers, where she puts a pull up. Now, she puts hers in a few different spots. I myself just put it on my community tab, and I put a video out asking you guys to please go over, take a few seconds of your day, and vote. Well, the first time I put a poll up, it was for 3 different patterns. There was a hat, there was a cowl, or a snood as they call them. Some are called cowls, some are called snood. I don't really know what the difference is. And there was a scarf. So the project that got picked was a hat. And my husband likes this style of hat. He's got one he got from work many, many, many years ago. And he has worn that thing almost to the point that I'm afraid to wash it because I think it's going to fall apart. But the pattern that you guys voted on the first time around, I did, opened it up for you guys to vote, was this hat right here. And like I said, my husband loves this style of hat with the ear flaps and stuff. I have done a few crocheted hats that way. I've never done a knitted hat with the ear flaps. And by looking at the pattern book, I do the flaps first, and then once I get the second one made, then I continue to make the base of the hat. I don't know. It's interesting. It's going to be a little challenge for me, I think, but I'm going to enjoy it. Now, my husband liked the idea of the yellow, liked the idea of the red, but he wanted to switch the blue out for black, which is his work uniform colors. So that's why I said, I will make the hat for you, but you've got to buy the yarn. Now, I got a flyer for a local store. Well, I thought it was pretty local to us, but now I see the flyer in multiple locations in Ontario. I didn't look at all locations. I don't know if it's just Canada-wide or if it's Ontario-wide. I think for some reason it's Canada-wide. And the store is called Lens Mills. And if you are in Canada and you're able to go to a Lens Mills, check them out. Like, the amount of stuff they have in there is amazing. You can get anywhere from house pillows, like for your bed or you're on your couch. You can get towels, sheets, curtains, curtain rods, blankets, like tons of different blankets. You can get like dishes, like cutlery and plates and bowls and baking dishes and coffee cups and can openers, like you name it, like houseware. I think they even have the hand mergers and possibly a small hand mixers, and they may even have toasters. I'm not like 100% sure on the smaller appliances what they may have. I do know they've got baking dishes. You can buy pet coats. You can buy like the moist little individual package of food, treats. You can get a small, very, very small selection of actual food for people, like jams and jellies and small little things like that. Most of it's junk food, like chips and chocolate bars and candy and pop and Gatorade or energy drinks and stuff. And then they have like where you can get work clothes, like the work vest or the shirts with the reflective stuff on them, work boots, socks, underwears, you name it, it pretty much has it. And then it's got this big, huge section that half of it, well, it used to be roughly 60% fabric to 40% yarn in this one section, and it was huge. I mean, it was huge. Like, you take one of your guys' Michaels in the States, and that's almost the size of this whole section. It's really, really big. Well, I know the last time my husband and I were in the store, because there's 2 doorways to go from the main section over to that section, because it's almost like they bought a second spot along this warehouse, like warehouse type thing. And they opened up the doors and expanded, their stock. And boy, did they expand it. And I know when my husband and I would go to the second door, so well into the store, and then you come to the second door, the first aisle on the left used to be the Burnett value yarn. That's normally what I tend to go to get. And no swear of a lie, that aisle for solids and variegated yarns for just the Burnett Super Value, the Super Value Burnett, there was probably at one point at least minimum 80 colors. That's 80. Like the whole aisle was just full of it. Well, my husband and I went the last time. All the time we went in that door and went down, turned left down that aisle, first aisle, because that's where it was. That's what I was going for. And it was fabric. And I thought, okay, fabric's over there. What's it doing here now? Kind of thing. Like, I was a little annoyed. I thought, okay, so they've obviously moved the Burnett. Where to? I found it 2 aisles over, and it was a third of what they used to carry. I thought, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Like, they took out so many colors, and for which colors they did carry, you're lucky if you found 5 of those skeins on the shelf. It was pitiful. So I was able to get some yarn. It was more or less just to refresh my stock and stuff and have it at the ready. None of it was bought for anything in particular. So when my husband saw the hat, that was the next item I was going to make, like I said, he decided he wanted me to make it for him, which is pretty amazing considering I've only made him 2 items in all the years we've been together. And that was the one year I made him an American Bald Eagle amigurumi. And I wish I'd brought up the things I could share the page with you and show it to you, because it was really, really cute how that turned out. And then I made him a blue lifesaver kind of thing from Star Wars, which did turn out kind of cute. It was simple, though. It was nothing to it. It was for one of my make-alongs I do on Facebook. And then recently when I did the Decade Divas, one of the ladies for it made something, and I fell in love with it. And it happened to be my favorite episode of Star Trek of the originals, and it was the one with the Troubles. If you've ever seen Star Trek, you know these little creatures and how quickly they're like little balls of guinea pigs is what they remind me of. And I kind of fell in love with it, so I'm going to make my husband one. He does not know about it, and I'll just make sure it's going to be a Christmas gift for him. But I do have that on the burner to make when he's at work. And then I gotta hide it from him, thinking this Christmas is coming up really soon. And then put it out under the tree for him, because I get up multiple times throughout the night to go to the bathroom usually. So it'll be easy to sneak that and, tuck it under the tree. And then all of a sudden he'll be pulling out gifts. And all of a sudden he's gonna be like, who's this one for? Kind of thing. Because he usually plays Santa. So anyhow, you're not here about my Christmas. You're here about my shopping spree. So what did I go and buy? Well, at this store, they had a coupon in the flyer. Buy 2 balls of the Burnett Super Value for $10, so $5 a skein. Now, at this location, they're normally $7.49 a skein. So 2 of them at $5 a piece. It's like a pretty darn good deal, because I'm saving over $5 when I buy it that way. So now, originally I had a different shade of yellow in my hand, but this one is called, and mind me, I print on these are so small, bright yellow. And it's the Burnett, like I said, Burnett Super Value yarn, and she's bright. Let me learn my camera a little better here. Like, it's got a glare on it, but believe me, she's bright. The camera is not bringing up how bright it is. It is in your face yellow. But the funny thing is, it's the exact same yellow, and I held it up to my husband's work coat, the exact same yellow. So I got this skein of yellow for my husband's hat. Then I got, this one's called True Red, and it's another bright one, but again, the light's giving it a glare. But when you hold them up together, they actually go together really well, which I'm glad. Now the red's a little brighter than the red in their work unit, my husband's work uniform, but it was the closest red they had. Then, like I said, the pattern in the book has blue. Well, he wanted it switched out for black. I looked and I looked and I looked, and they did not have a black. Nowhere. They had a very, 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 very deep, dark blue. They had a very dark brown, even darker than the brown I used in that one hat I just recently made a couple weeks ago. And the scarf I made last month, they had a brown darker than that. But they did not have a black. So then I got looking, and then I found this one, and it is a dark gray. Now again, the camera's not doing it justice, but it looks pretty black. It almost looks like a heathered black, or like when you get like the denim blues and stuff, it's got kind of that light, slightly off color with it. It's almost like it's a black with like a slightly off color to it. So I held the three together. I showed my husband. He's fine with it. So those are three of the skeins I got. And then the other one I got was this blue. And it is called, of course, try to read it upside down, right? It is called Coral Blue. Never heard of it, but it's kind of got like a grayish undertone to it. It's a color I've never had in my stash. I thought, you know what? Sure, why not? Try something different color. It'll make for a cute hat for one of my kids, maybe in that color. So I thought, why not? So I'm going to get started on my husband's hat. I'm excited. And the fun thing is, for Things We're Making Thursday this month, our theme is hats. So it'll be interesting to see between the next couple Thursdays of this month if the hat becomes finished. Now, the blanket I was working on, which was the Sophie's Universe blanket, I have one round to go on it, and I'll be done the third section, but it's been put on hold because I like to make my husband his hat, and hopefully it will be something that I won't get frustrated with, but we'll see. You never know, right? So that's why I went shopping for. Like I said, it wasn't much. It was just 4 skeins of yarn, but my husband got a couple different packs of socks for himself, and we called it a day. So I hope everyone's well. I don't think I'm going to be doing any videos on the weekend. I don't usually do videos on the weekend. I'm going to be actually home this weekend. I know hubby's going to the trailer tomorrow to do a tire change, and we have some bigger pieces of wood that we had out on our balcony for whatever reasons. I couldn't tell you. Actually, I think the one was for originally going to go for my son's bed for underneath the box spring. And when we put the headboard, footboard, and the bars together, and then put the mattress on it, the mattress was way too short. So we gave up on that. And then my husband took the one board and cut it in, I would say pretty much half of the width, but full length, and put it in the couch because the material underneath the cushions ripped. If you sit in it, you literally sit in it. So that wood's got to go. It was on our balcony. It had to come off the balcony for the work that I was telling you about earlier this week they've been doing. And they were here. I don't know if they're still here on the premises, but they were here earlier. So if all of a sudden you hear noise, it could be them. But I'm going to call it. Like I said, as far as I know, I'm being home all weekend. Hubby's got plans. But you never know. I have switched my schedule for bingo. For those who do play bingo, maybe have not been in for a while. I was originally doing Tuesday evenings and Wednesday evenings, and KK asked if she could have those 2 slots back. So I said, sure, no problem. And right now, our dear friend Bill is taking time off from hosting due to he needs to deal with some sadness in the family and such. And him hosting is just weighing him down too much. So I'm filling in for him for the time being on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then our dear friend Joe, have at it, said that I could have her Monday's time slot if she wants, because her husband's schedule had changed and now he's home Mondays. And the computer's, I believe, pretty much in the common living room area. And for her to try to host a live when he's home is not even worth her time, kind of thing. Because he has the TV on too loud, or he's busy talking to her, and she'll keep looking at him like, I'm doing a live right now. I'm doing a live right now. And he doesn't seem to understand. Like, leave me alone. I'm doing a live right now. So Mondays, I am going on at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And Fridays, I'm planning on doing 8 o'clock Eastern time. So if you want to come check out my bingo, please come over and check it out. Other than that, I've only got next week's videos planned. Maybe. Well, there'll be... Yeah, I'll have a Whip Wednesday video for next week. I will have a Things Are Making Thursday video for next week. I don't think I'll have a Finished Object Friday video next week. I don't have one this week either, so... And I don't think I will have one next week. But you never know. Who knows, maybe this hat for my husband, I'll whip through it real quick, and you'll see it Thursday for Things Are Making Thursday, and then... Who knows, you might see it again on the Friday. I doubt it, but you never know, right? Like right now, the hat is the only thing I'm going to be really working on, except the Sophie's Universe blanket is just put on hold as of now. And my socks, the pair of burgundy ones and the one pink one to finish the set of another pair I'm making, are all at the heel section to start, and they're all on hold. They're kind of like a filler in project when I'm not working on whatever else. So I'm going to end this and get started on my hat. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to me babble on about, nothing you really want to know about, I'm sure. But keep an eye out for progress on the hat. I'm excited. I have done colored work in knitting before, so that's nothing new for me. So fingers crossed it all goes well, right? Anyways, guys, appreciate every one of you, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.